Last week, we put out a poll to see if you guys think Amrabat is a flop since United signed him in August. 59% of you voted that Amrabat is not a flop, but 41% think he is. Let's dig deeper into this topic and discover if Amrabat is a flop or not. Find out why people are so torn between the two. And let's see if Amrabat has been a complete failure at United or he still has promise and has been a good signing. Man United signed Amrabat on loan in summer. Fans were very excited by this appointment. It looked like a very promising move. However, things have not turned out the way Man United fans were expecting. Let's find out why. It's no secret that Fiorentina loanee has struggled to settle at Old Trafford. The Moroccan international was amongst the fresh faces to join the Red Devils during the summer. When close to £175 million was spent on the likes of Rasmus Højlund, Mason Mount, and Andre Onana, as they looked to build on qualifying for the Champions League and enjoying Carabao Cup glory. But there are question marks over the future of Amrabat, who headed to Man United after making 107 appearances in a Fiorentina shirt. After struggling to make a telling impact in his new surroundings, it's reported that Man United are to sign a replacement already for Amrabat due to his recent performances, and apparently Ten Hag and others are looking for a new man to fit what Amrabat was supposed to do at Man United. With there being serious doubts of his future at Old Trafford, Amrabat produced 11 goals under Ten Hag in 50 appearances at Utrecht. But now, he's in Manchester. He struggled to reproduce the kind of form that he enjoyed at Fiorentina and Utrecht. It is led that there are strong rumors that United want to bring in a new man to fit that role. Man United secured the number 4 on a loan deal. They paid £8.5 million during the final hours of the summer transfer window. Before signing for Man United, Amrabat was described as the perfect fit for them, being able to fit into a system perfectly, just the way that they needed. He was supposed to be the dream man for them and was supposed to connect the midfield for what exactly they were missing out on. With the recent attention being brought to Amrabat's performances, I wanted to look into what has caused this terrible form for Amrabat and just why he's been unable to produce many positive performances at Man United, and most of his performances have been nothing short of bad. Why he's fallen victim to the system at United. Someone who was once a very promising prospect in football has now turned into a laughingstock in the Premier League for other fans. What exactly has happened to cause this complete downward spiral for the Moroccan? In September, Amrabat was described as a fish out of water when playing against Crystal Palace. Man United have had to endure their fair share of flops over the last few years. Zaha, Falcao, Rasmus Højlund, Victor Valdez, Mkhitaryan, the list goes on. And it'll be such a shame to see Amrabat fit right into that list, and it seems like he's being added to it in real time as we speak. The midfielder has put in quite a few shameful performances for United since he joined, and people are quickly raising eyebrows. I mean, he has showed a little bit of promise in some games, but for the most part, he hasn't impressed the fans. What confuses me is how a player can be so good for one club under the exact same manager in Ten Hag, but then, when he's playing in a different club with the same manager, it's terrible. It doesn't make any sense why these players fall victim to flopping. Is it because of powers above at the club, or what? The pressure? I don't even know. There is no black and white reasoning to why this has happened, but if I had to best put it, I'd say it's a blend of joining a team that's currently in disarray and not performing well. It's a challenging situation at the minute at Old Trafford, especially when you're an outsider. Without the benefit of a pre-season with Man United and no opportunity to familiarize himself with the team, he's simply adapting as the situation unfolds. While yes, he is a talented player, I believe we haven't witnessed his optimal performance yet. And I think he's got a lot more in his locker that he needs to show the United fans, and they can have faith in him. When joining a team the size of Man United, with the global recognition that they have, there's always going to be immense pressure on the new players. Sometimes, pressure makes diamonds. Other times, pressure crushes new arrivals. It treats different players differently. Man United is one of the biggest, most successful clubs in the world, and their fans are wanting to see trophies every season. And with this comes huge expectations. With these expectations come huge pressure for the players and the manager, who have to turn up every week. Otherwise, the fans will be wanting them out the club. Amrabat will be aware of the pressure on him, and this will definitely affect his game. I think this has a terrible effect on his performances and will only make him worse. Another possibility for this flop could be where Amrabat has been playing. Due to injuries, we've seen Amrabat play out of position as a left back for Man United. Obviously, he's a number 4 and needs to be in the midfield. Clearly, this is not his favorite position. This will negatively reflect him as a player, as he will not be able to show his best performances in the position he's uncomfortable in. This begs the question, should Amrabat leave once his loan spell is finished, or should he sign on and continue to pursue his career at Man United in the biggest league in the world? Although what I have said is true, I do think Amrabat has shown glimpses of his amazing potential at times. For example, against Chelsea just a few weeks ago, he had a great game. We have to bear in mind that United signed Amrabat at the end of August and did not have a pre-season with United. He has not had much time to settle into the squad. This will hugely impact him. Also, United have suffered 6 weeks worth of international breaks. That is a month and a half. I think it's just a simple case of Amrabat not having the time or facilities to be able to fit into the squad the way that the fans have all imagined. Sometimes, it takes some players longer than others to be able to join a system and fit in. This is what's happening with Amrabat. The United fans need to bear this in mind and understand that Amrabat hasn't had the time to blend in with the other players. Also, Amrabat has never played in the Premier League before, a new league which is at an extremely high level. But the more he plays, the more he'll improve. United fans just need patience with Amrabat. Look at his performances in the World Cup. He was insane. The fans need to get behind him. Although he's had a very shaky start, Rome was not built in a day. If I had to send a message to the United fans, it would be to stick with him and get behind Amrabat. He has amazing potential. He has the skill set to help United bring silverware back to Old Trafford for another time. I'm very interested in your opinions on this topic, and whether or not people think Amrabat is a flop and should United get rid of him in January. I guess you guys will just have to let me know, because at the minute, due to the poll, it's nearly 50-50 on whether people think he's been a flop or not. Obviously, United fans have high standards. Well, I'll just have to see what you guys say, and then I'll see you in the next video.